Oh, is this working now? Hey, this is Dave. This is What's Up, Dave. This is the daily stream I do to catch up with my friends on the internet. I was having some trouble a little while ago trying to get connected to YouTube. So I had recorded a video of my dad making some collard greens, which I'd hoped to do live. But that didn't happen. Let me just tell people that we're back up. Ooh, back up. So, what are we doing today? Today I got up for an early time for once, and I'm just getting some weird flickering going on here. Close that. And so, I actually was able to get out with Dad. We went to the Apple Store. We had breakfast, then we went to the Apple Store. The thing we were trying to do was figure out if Dad wanted a newer, bigger phone. He has an iPhone SE. No, an iPhone 5S, my old 5S. And he found the screen. I noticed he was finding the screen very small. And, oops, those ribs are done. And so we wanted to look to see if he liked the larger screens. And he liked the larger screens, so we're going to get one of the new, bigger iPhones for him. Also, he's always mentioned wanting an MacBook Air. And they still make those things, even though they're kind of out of date. But we think for his purposes, he'll be fine with it. One thing we weren't sure about is whether or not he could use Mac OS. But I would think Mac OS is going to be simpler for him to use than switching to Windows 10. He can barely use Windows 7, and Windows 7 is terrible, just from a UI perspective. I'm just getting it to configure anything on it. But really all he needs to do is open a browser window. We already have bookmarks set up for him. We have a centralized web server where he can find his most commonly used links. And so he's able to navigate around that. The only thing he really needs to be able to do is to compose emails in Gmail and also use an input system, a language input system that allows him to enter words in Taiwanese and then Chinese for his emails. But, so basically a Chromebook would do it. But he wants the shiny MacBook, and it would be interesting to see how that goes. So we'll get him one. They're fairly cheap now. They're still more expensive than a Windows laptop, but I think he'll do okay. Took some pictures at the mall. I've been encouraging him to take photos. So we were at the mall today. Here he is taking a picture of me standing in front of this candy store. It was very colorful. Oh, this store is back open again, which is nice. I wasn't sure if the store was coming back. It's like a Turkish bazaar type store. There's Dad taking another picture of me and him looking at the photo. And then today we're making ribs, or I'm making ribs in the smoker with some sweet potatoes underneath that. The alarm for that just went off, so they're ready. And we had some collard greens that Dad is going to look at. In fact, I wonder if that video is finished uploading, because I can just show you what we were doing. Doesn't look like anything is ready to look at yet, unfortunately. So that might have to wait for another day. I guess we could also just go into the kitchen and see, though. Let me pull up NDI over here. One interesting thing I've noticed is that the touch interfaces for these iPhones, these don't really work with people who don't understand the difference between a short press, a long press, a tap, a swipe. It's a terrible, terrible interface if you're just trying to figure things out. So I'm not sure if the UI is going in a good direction. Maybe when it becomes ingrained with people, it becomes more natural. But in the meantime, it's kind of not a good thing. Oops, I guess I turned that off. Let me go back to here. Go back to NDI, which is here. It should be running. No, I had to press this probably. Alright, so now we've got NDI going. So now let's go and visit Dad and see what's going on. There's the cat. Oh, these are the collard greens he just made. There's Dad cleaning up. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Those are kind of tough.
Oh, well, it's collard. You're supposed to cook collard greens for a long time, I think. But we'll see. I don't know how to cook them either. It's okay. Yeah, crunchy. It's good. The flavor is really good. The MSG really helped.
A little bit of sesame oil would enhance it.
Mm.
And this kind of they use ginger rather than garlic.
Yep. I see. Look, that's ready too, so I'll get that ready.
Yeah.
So let me just finish doing this and, actually let's take a look at it now. Do you want to see? It's kind of cold out, you might want a jacket. This should be done. Whoosh. Yeah. Oh. Now you can see. Can you see it? It's kind of dark, so we'll take a picture then. So I put the sweet potatoes down there. And so hopefully they came out. It looks like they're swimming in oil though, so maybe they're not going to be so good. So that's what's going on with this. And let me switch back to chat. That's about it. Oh, Courtney's saying, the sweet potatoes get a smoke flavor? They should get a smoke flavor. That's what I'm hoping. So this is what it looked like when they were going in. And I'm hoping that worked out well. From what I've read online, like this, they should be cooked after 3 hours there. They should even be caramelized, even though the smoker doesn't really get hot. I'm wearing this festive scarf thing I got at a Burlington Coat Factory. It's purple, and I like it a lot. Makes me happy. So this was a pretty long day, just hanging out with Dad. I had to make sure the trips are fairly short, so he doesn't get too tired. Walking around the mall can be tiring. I haven't really worked on any of my own stuff. I woke up early today. Like I went to sleep around. Well, I tried to go to sleep around 1, but I ended up falling asleep around 3. Woke up around 7 because I was sleeping in the guest bedroom for the first time in years. And I'd forgotten how hot it gets. And so I actually woke up because it got too hot. So I've been up then. Since then, I fell asleep for a couple hours around after lunch. And now, like I just spent a bunch of time setting up an iMac upstairs for Dad to try out, just to see if he could navigate around macOS and get it to work. And he seems to be doing fine, so he's encouraged and confident, more confident about getting a Macintosh now. Even though getting Macintosh support in Taiwan among the people that he knows there might be a little bit more difficult. But we'll see. I don't think it'll be that difficult. I mean, there's my uncle in Taipei, who's the PC expert, and my auntie in in Tainan, which is a city to the south of where my dad lives in Taichung, who can help her with the Macintosh, because her kids are all Mac based, and they have all their old MacBooks, so they've been using it for all the Taiwanese language stuff. But I really haven't worked on my own stuff today. Spent a little bit of time in the virtual co-working chat room, just talking to people, thinking through some of the issues with using a virtual assistant. I've been thinking about setting up this help desk software too, as a way of maintaining contacts with people who write to me on my blog. But maybe later tonight I'll get to set that up. But today was primarily a day of just hanging out with Dad and just talking about things. The beginning of this week was really just getting Dad situated and cleaning up, moving hundreds of pounds of stuff around my house. So there's places to sit now. The living room is clear. I think I showed this the other day. So it's still kind of a mess, but at least that giant table isn't there anymore, which is a big freaking deal. The master bedroom is looking good. The guest bedroom is in piles, but I think only a couple hours I'll be able to clean that out. The basement's kind of a mess still, but it's an organized mess. At least all the stuff that's down there that needs to be sorted is there. Is there anything else that's going on here that I want to talk about? I was going to go and talk about, maybe do some work or something like that, but since when Dad is here, I'm kind of want to prioritize just really on being around with him. So this is the first day that I haven't been moving stuff or been tired and exhausted from moving things. So I think today was a good day, and I wrote down I was going to do these things. This Dad newsletter, which I should just write. This is make it a regular email, and then look into the layout later. Rewrite my checklist, normalize. I did normalize today. I should write that down. Booyah. It was up at 7. Ka-chink. And I did start looking at the ACA stuff, but I couldn't connect to the portal. Maybe I'll try that again later. So this is ongoing. Yeah, so I might actually get everything that's done on this list, which would be a big surprise. So that'll be nice. And so in the meantime, what I'll do is just put this back into my new rolling disc thing while I drop that pen. Ugh. How do people handle scarves? I think there must be some hint to it. So here's that rolling card I got, which now I can just keep my daily project work in the top drawer like this, which is like super awesome. And I think that's it for today. So not a whole lot of stuff going on. Well, it looks like someone's saying stuff in the chorus. So let's see. Oh, love the scarf. Thank you. It's lovely, isn't it? Your dad really seems awesome. Spend as much time with him as possible. Yeah. Carter's also been thinking about VA. Folks in EDHD podcast keep mentioning that. That's interesting. Really? Huh. Cat seems really he does like that square pillow. Tons of scarf techniques. We will talk about this later, Courtney. So, I think Dad's getting ready to eat. He's already set the table, so I'm going to cut this short. Thanks for watching, and more Dad reports tomorrow. Hopefully I'll actually get some work done this week, but it's I'm just happy to have woken up early enough today to actually spend the day with him. So I'm going to consider that a win and not push myself very hard on this. If I can get some of this other stuff done that was in my ETP for the day, that'll be great. And just reestablish the rhythm slowly. So with that, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Noink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scarf techniques. Is this even a scarf? I'm not even sure what this is. This might be a shawl or something. You got this like cheap at Burlington Coat Factory. Let's see. I think I can stop this.